Hey, good morning. Actually, no, it's afternoon, 12:25. So here I am on my Wednesday edition of my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday live Facebook videos of my journey through fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. So yeah, this is, I think, week number 5 that I've been doing this. Like I said, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes it's in the morning, sometimes it's in the evening. It depends on what my schedule is for that day. But there's a couple things I want to start out by saying, and that is number 1, thank you, thank you, thank you for those of you who have shared the videos, like actually, shared them, on Facebook, or just, told people about them. Hey, Bev, how are you? Or told people about them, people who need to hear this, people who are struggling with fear, anxiety, panic attacks, people who feel alone, people who feel that there's no hope. I thank you so much for doing that. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate that, because that is what this is for, is to just get out to as many people as possible, to give them hope and to give them encouragement, right? So today I wanted to talk about fear being a liar, and it is. It lies. It lies. It makes you believe things that are not true. It makes things seem larger than life. It just pumps your mind with all kinds of fear-filled thoughts and things that typically never ever come to pass, right? Now, God has designed us to have that fight or flight thing, right? The adrenaline, epinephrine, I think that's what it's called, that's in your body, that if you are in a fearful situation, right? Let's say you are. When I was probably about 20, the local jewelry store here got robbed. I was the only customer in there at the time. And at the end, the gentleman packed his stuff up and came over to me and made me lay down and pointed a gun at me. No joke. So that's a fearful situation. My heart is pounding. It's telling me to flee, which I didn't do because I've got, but God has designed us that when we're in those situations, that's a normal thing. You've got a 300-pound bear coming at you or something in the woods, you're going to run. God's put that in you to go, just stand there and go, oh, here comes this big bear. No, He's put that in us for a purpose. However, we know that what happens when we have the fear and the anxiety and the panic attacks that hit us out of the blue, right? Maybe you were at church, maybe you were at the mall when you got your first attack, maybe you were out to dinner, maybe you were at work, maybe you were working out at the gym, maybe you were driving somewhere when you had your first panic attack, and it's like, what was that? What was that? There's no bear, there's no gun pointed at me, there's no seemingly fearful situation that is causing these things to happen. My heart's starting to race. I'm feeling like I got to get out of here. I'm feeling like I got to run. I'm feeling like I got to flee. But I'm looking around me and I'm in the mall. What's scary about the mall? I'm looking around me and I'm driving in my car. So that's what makes it so fearful when they start. These panic and anxiety attacks is because there seemingly is no origin of it, right? Hey, Susie. I think it's Gary Susie, but I'm sure it's probably Susie. How are you? So what happens? The lies start right then. Fear gets in and it begins to lie to you right then. Like, what was that? There must be something awful wrong with me. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe this is happening. Maybe I have a dreaded disease. When is it going to happen again? I bet it's because of this and this. And that's when the lies start coming, right? And they start getting into your mind. They start growing, mushrooming, larger than life. You're fearful of when it's going to happen again. You won't go here and you won't go there anymore. And it's a spiral, right? So what I also wanted to reiterate with fear is a liar, and it is. It is. When it comes in that form, in anxiety and panic attacks, coming out of the blue, blindsiding you, hitting you when you least expect it, not because there was a fearful situation, but just out of the blue, okay, it begins to lie. And there's a song out right now in the Christian circles called Fear is a Liar. And it's so amazing. And I just want to, you can look it up. Fear is a Liar. It is by Zach Williams. But I want to just read a couple of the verses, like the oh gosh, what do you call it? The main thing, the chorus that you sing. Fear, he is a liar. He is a liar. They give him a name, okay? And if you're a believer, you know, which I am, hasn't always been that way, and I'll go into that too, but I am. I believe in a God, right? I believe God. I believe in Jesus, right? Who died to take fear away, okay? He tells us so many times in the Bible, right? Fear not. But what is there? There's an enemy. There's an enemy of your soul, and your soul is your mind and your will and your emotions, right? He wants to derail you. He wants to pump you with lies. He wants to keep you stuck in where you are, right? So there's these two opposing forces, and the enemy has like zero power. But man, we've given him, you know, this power. We've believed the lies. We've believed in those things, and it happened from the beginning, right? So fear, yes, he is a liar, and he gets in there. So fear, he is a liar. He will take your breath, right? Fear will take your breath. How often have you felt that during a fear, anxiety, or panic attacks? Like, you know, I can't breathe, right? He will stop you in your steps. What happens when that happens? You know, you kind of hold on, and you're like, you know, what is this? What's happening to me? Here it comes again, and it's like stops you in your steps, right? He will rob you of your rest. How much sleep have you lost due to fear, anxiety, and panic attacks, right? He will steal your happiness. You know, fear steals your happiness. And then it goes on to say, cast your fear into the fire, because fear, he is a liar. Totally. This song is really cool. It is really, really awesome. If you go on, it says, you know, when he told you you were troubled, that you'd forever be alone. How often do you feel so alone? You know you're not. You know there's millions of people that struggle with this, you know, but you still feel isolated. You still feel alone. Fear makes you feel like that. Fear tells you you are alone. That person really didn't feel like that. Fear might be telling you what Heidi's telling you is probably not really true. Fear might be saying, you know, I don't think she was as bad as you. I don't think she had it as bad as you. Fear is telling you, you know, you do have a chemical imbalance. Remember, the doctor told you that. You're going to have to be on medication forever. Fear tells you, you know, it runs in your family. You know, there's nothing really you can do about it. Fear tells you that. Fear tells you, it pumps you with those lies, wants to get you to believe it so that it can derail you and keep you in a life of fear. Fear, or should I say the enemy of your soul, you can call him the devil, you can call him Satan, you can call him whatever you want, wants to keep you stuck. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. As much as he doesn't care about your life, and he doesn't care that you believe in lies, that's how much God cares about you and wants you free from the lies and free from fear. No joke. And this last sentence too in this song, when he told you you could be the one that grace could never change. Fear has probably told some of you guys that too. You know, you're the one. I'm sorry. You know, this might have happened for Heidi. Maybe a lot of other people have broke free. But you know what? I think you're the one that it probably isn't. I'm probably the one that it's not going to happen for. I'm probably the one because nothing good ever happens to me. I'm just stuck in this. Those are all lies. Bold, out and out lies that our minds begin to believe. You know, that gets in our heart, it gets in our souls, our mind, our will, our emotions, and it's like a super highway of lies. I've been there, you guys. I've been there. I've heard the lies. I've believed the lies. The lies kept me stuck for a long time, you know, but one by one I began to unravel the lies, unravel that maze, you know, and peel the layers back of what I had heard, of what the enemy was pumping me with. And one by one they got out. And one by one I began to fill my mind with the truth. And the Bible tells us, and this is the truth, I don't know if you believe in the Bible or not, Doesn't matter. The truth, though, is what sets you free. None of the lies, none of what I read to you in this song, none of the lies that I believed, I'm trying to think, I would say probably none of them ended up coming to pass that I believed, and I believed a pile of them. None of them will ever set you free. The truth of the matter is what sets you free. And I'm going to continue to go into that more, feed you more truth. But you begin to assess in your mind right now. You begin to think in your heart right now the things that are pelting your mind, the thoughts that are coming in there. Really begin to think about it. Is that really true? Is that really true? And think, if it's not, be done with it. Get it out of there, right? Because fear, if it doesn't have an origin of what do I want to say, of true fear, of something that you really should flee from, something that really could make you fearful, right? If it doesn't have that origin, okay? And in the beginning, I gave the example of like a bear chasing you, giving an example of me being in a jewelry store when it was robbed. That was a very fearful situation that God gives you, that adrenaline, He gives you those things. But if it didn't have any origins, man, if it hit you out of the blue and blindsided you, then the fear is a liar, and the things that you're believing about it are lies. But the truth, like I said, is going to be the thing that is going to set you free. It's going to set your mind free. It's going to set your heart free. It's going to set your soul free. Your mind, your will, and your emotions need to be set free. So anyway, that's my deal today. Hey, Amber, how are you? I hope you're doing well. And Alicia, I'm not sure I know you, Alicia, but I'm glad you're on here. I really am. Anyway, so listen to that song, Fear is a Liar by Zach Williams. It's very good. It's really, really good. And fear truly is a liar. It is a liar. So go listen to that song. Listen to this video over if you need to. Share it with people who need to hear it, who are struggling with this, man, because you can be set free. That's the truth. That is the truth. Believe it. Believe it. And I'll be back on Friday, hopefully Friday morning, giving you more truth about this, because the truth will set you free.